Good morning, everybody. Today I want to talk about the idea and concept of the advanced programs that are supposedly out there that are hidden from us, like the secret space program, like the bases on the moon, the Mars, and all these different places, the bases under the Antarctic, the DUMBs, and so on. I did a little paper on that, and I just wanted to present that for those of you who don't have the opportunity to read the papers that I put on Facebook on our temple page. So this is what it is. So like many of you, I have watched and listened to numerous videos and read many stories about the secret space program, bases, colonies, and ruins on Mars and the Moon, active intergalactic trade agreements that we're supposed to have, our virtual unlimited ability to space travel. They say we can travel throughout the solar system and even outside of um, our whole area. Teleportation devices, they claim that there are devices that we can go from here to the moon or to Mars instantaneously, kind of like on Star Trek type thing. DUMBs, which are the deep underground military bases. And I found those ideas very interesting. I've been kind of fascinated with it, actually, because I know I have some connection to some of those things from the past, as far as on other worlds. So lately, I have started to wonder if these stories are really just created or designed to be distractions from our internal journey, just like the stories on the news are designed to create fear and distractions in our world. In other words, are they there simply to grab the crowd who believes in things outside of our normal reality, things like those, the conspiracy theory concept, as well as the idea that other species and things, those are different people than those who just follow the news. And so this may be a distraction in order to tag onto those people and to get them involved with something besides looking inside of yourself. And that's why I talk about many mention as being called shadow work, things like that. It's working on issues inside of you. Think about it, these programs are so far technically advanced, and the people running them have so much power and control, not to mention money, that they've been able to stop what must be millions of people who are or were involved in those programs from passing on information or evidence, actual evidence. And I'm not talking about somebody saying that they saw something. How could, if they can do all that, if they can stop these millions of people from actually coming out and telling people what is going on, how could a handful of so-called whistleblowers and insiders have been able to escape and freely give secret classified information to the public? So you have just usually it's a small handful, and the ones that I've noticed seem the guys that have been around for quite a while, saying and doing the same kind of the stuff. It doesn't seem like you have new people coming out anymore. And the other thing I notice is that the vast majority of them don't seem to be the sharpest tack in the box, so to speak. It's nothing against them personally. It's just an observation I've made, and heck, half of them don't even have their teeth. So these are people who claim to be insiders and whistleblowers that are giving us information, and yet, let's just say they don't have the appearance. There are a few that are some very highly intelligent people that have been talking about things, but the vast majority are not. So you have to ask yourself, how could these people have escaped, so to speak, and been able to get all this information? And the reason for that is because any information that's being passed on to the public is done intentionally with the full knowledge and support of those running the programs if they exist. Basically, the leakers are being fed or mind controlled what to tell the public. It's the same thing in this world when you have something going on in Washington, particularly when the Democrats, and again, I'm not into the politics, but I've noticed more when you have a Democrat in office and they're pushing the gun control, or there's something that's going on that is embarrassing to them going on in Washington, the first thing to do is start having mass shootings again. And again, are these people like was it Mind K Ultra programs where they are already mind controlled and they're simply being activated without knowing it? So as I said, the how many of the whistleblowers? So that's my opinion on a lot of these whistleblowers. How many of the whistleblowers have told us that they fear for their lives after having gone public? They claim that they're afraid they're going to get killed. They continue to come out and say all these things. Well, the reason they're saying that is because it helps to create an aura of truth, at least for the uninformed, around what they say. After all, if they fear for their lives by coming out with the information, The information must be important and truthful, right? No, yeah, right. Do you really think that such a large, technologically advanced group, as those running the programs, that has supposedly been able to operate hidden behind the scenes for decades, and not to mention take trillions and trillions of dollars from our economy, are unable to eliminate these information leakers, these whistleblowers, if they really wanted to? The fact that you think that they wouldn't know that they're coming out to say something and could eliminate that before it would ever come to light. Many have said that they have more. Many of them also said they have more information to share, but they can't tell you at the time of the interview, or they're not allowed to say more. And again, this is done primarily so that it'll ensure that other interviewers will want to interview them and, of course, pay them down the road, hoping that maybe they'll get them to release some of that so-called hidden information. But of course, they never do come out with it. The reality is that even if some or all the information that has been released is true, what good does it do us, the average citizen? Until the public has access to those places and or programs, or we know that we are directly benefiting from something that's happening within those programs, these tales serve no purpose. And these stories and these interviews, they serve no purpose but to distract us and to make us think that we have more bad guys that are hiding things from us out there. So I think that's what I've been getting anyway. The primary reason seems to be as another distraction for people on a different level. People who don't always watch the news and buy into all the fear and crap that goes on in those programs. So anyway, just my point of view. Take it or leave it. See you on the next video.